Well, hello Pisces. So let's get into your reading for September 2016. Guys, for us here in the Southern Hemisphere, spring is bouncing into sight. And I guess for you up there, you've got your autumn or fall coming. Same format as last month, 4 cards and 4 clarifying underneath, and this month the Rider-Waite deck. So let's see what's in store for you guys, Pisces. 10 of Pentacles, the Star, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 2 of Swords. I've seen the 7 of Swords come out for a lot of readings for both of the past 2 months, and I have said that when he's around I don't like the card very much. I find it a card of hidden agenda and possibly people trying to take things off you either illegally or behind your back or covertly. So I always say watch the month when that 7 of Swords is in. Although he would seem to be fairly innocuous, I think there's a kind of a bit of a deceitful meaning around him. Anyhow, let's take a closer look. You've got 2 major arcanas, 2 really good ones, the Star and the Wheel of Fortune, and I see that they're kind of diagonally connected there. You have 2 Pentacles as well, so there's some finances or contemplation of finances in your reading, and you have 4 swords, which is interesting. So that's quite a lot of swords in one reading, and that is often about communication, legal stuff, documentation, words and structured thinking, if you like. So quite opposite to how Pisces often work on that more artistic or creative or spiritual connection flow. So let's see what's going on. We start the month up there in the top left with a really beautiful card. It's the 10 of Pentacles. Now 10s do have an inference for endings of cycles, but of all the 10s, this is the most beautiful and beloved of them all. The 10 of Pentacles offers this rather attractive picture of older people feeling relaxed and sated, surrounded by family members or loved ones. There's even pets in the picture there as well. So sometimes I think one way or another pets may have something to do with your month in September. Some of you may get new pets. Some of you may be looking at making sure your own pets are in good health. The other thing about the 10 of Pentacles, it is a Pentacles card, and it usually embodies a good healthy state for your finances. So sometimes this can be a signal that some sort of financial endeavour or project is coming to an end. So there may have been something you've been working on and it is about to pay dividends or reap rewards, or something you have done with your finances over the past, either turning over a new leaf, or you're reinvesting, or you're receiving some sort of funds for them. So a nice way to start the month. Now the clarifying card underneath it is a 5, so half the value of the 10, and it's the 5 of Swords. This card, the 5 of Swords, is not dissimilar to the 7 in as much that there is a degree of discontent within it. Now the person standing in the front perspective of the card with the green tunic on is usually depicted as yourself when it turns up in your reading, and that usually means the victor. The other 2 people are walking away with their backs turned to you. So what this card's main inference is that sometimes there can be arguments or frustrations around a subject, and you decide to put an end to it. It's like, nope, I'm not taking this anymore and I'm going to have my way. And so for some reason you win, and it is often through way of legal or documentation or conversation or communication, written or verbal. But what it tells us is those people walking away, they may not come back into your life. So whoever they would be, whether they're business clients or friends or family or associates one way or another, if you handle it the wrong way, you're likely to lose them. Now they may not have necessarily been doing anything particularly wrong, but at this point in time, you're both butting heads against a brick wall and things aren't matching up. So the card does say to us, be careful about the wars you pick to fight. Some of them you can walk away from, and also be careful how you choose to use your words. So use your intelligence rather than emotions, and try to keep any areas of fluctuation or emotional disturbance under as much control as you can. And given that this is the clarifying card for that, it makes me feel as though it could be involved around your money or finances or career, or something to do with your family or extended family. For each of you it will be different. As you understand, these readings are mass readings and thousands of people view them in a month, so you have to come to your own conclusion with how the cards are resonating with you and what particular message you pick up from them as well. But we come to the second card and we see the Star. And she is a magnificent, benevolent card, one of the best in the deck. She bodes protection and understanding at higher levels. She especially gives off the feeling of being protected by your angelic realm, so things like guardian angels, archangels or spirit guides. Some of you may even feel a real connection there. You may be involved in dream times with passed over loved ones. Sometimes our guardian angels, as such, for the term guardian angel, they can be deceased family members, especially grandparents are known to come back and support their grandchildren. So for some of you, you might actually feel them in dreams or feel them around. Look for synchronistic events such as feathers or coins, or like little messages that you might see that would remind you of a person that you loved very dearly who has passed over, because they're saying that they're around and protecting you and making sure you're looked after. The other thing about the Star, I feel she talks about balance as well, because she has one foot on the ground and one in the water, and she is pouring water out of those vessels. So there's something very much about the two planes of reality, so the spiritual or thought plane interacting with the physical plane. And again, this really suits the psyche, the psyche of the Pisces, because you're very ethereal in your whole being. You're often transported into places of spirituality. So the Star is a lovely message or energy for you. Remember the word balance and try and keep that in mind for emotions and also your physical health. When I see the water in that card, I think of rehydrating your body and also spending time near water. Now, interestingly, the card right beneath it has water in it with the person on a boat. So somehow water for you is important for September, and possibly being around bodies of water, because there's also water in that card and this card and this. So there's 4 messages for you to take on, even this one, to take on board some sort of intuitive connection that water could either help you, support you, nurture you, or provide you with some insight or take you forward in a direction. So this clarifying card down here is the Six of Swords, and it is a card that talks about travel, both at the physical level and at the emotional or the psyche type level. The guy on the boat is pushing forward into calmer waters after coming out of disturbed waters, and often this can be in reference to relationships. And these cards kind of match. They've gone up in value from the 5th to the 6th of Swords, so they're connected as well. It gives the inference that whatever you've been going through with someone or some situation, you are moving now into calmer waters from that area, and part of this is by your own direction or choice in which way to move forward. So there are many messages within the card, and it's about self initiation and moving yourself out of a bad place into a more positive space, and don't wait for others to do it, you be the initiator. It's also about the fact that sometimes you leave something behind to move forward, and sometimes these are things that you have invested time or love or energy in, and they can be relationships, but it's time to sort of say, nope, cutting this off now, and we move forward, because for my best interests and for those that I'm taking with me, it is important to do that. Now, the other perspective of the card, that it can literally mean an overseas travel. and it can be a holiday travel or business. So some of you might very well be doing that in the month of September. Travel could be significant because we have the Wheel of Fortune as well, which also indicates a bit of travel. We come up here to the Queen of Pentacles. She's a beautiful woman to have in your life. Some of you may find her walking in mysteriously, or you may be attracted to her. It doesn't have to mean a sexual attraction, but it can be a great connection at the heart. So you could become great friends with her, or she could be a friend, or she could be a family member who already is there to support you. She can also be for careers because she holds the pentacle in her hand. She's the possibility of being a new employer, or someone that you go to seek understanding around the guise of money. She can have valuable information about investments or procuring money. She may even gift you a little bit of money, but she's a great card to have for the reading in the month because she's prosperous around that. So your 2 Pentacle cards are actually, good omen signs for finances in the month of September. She also is the woman that hosts parties, loving, warm, happy events. She sometimes likes to put them on, so you may be attending functions that she has devised or dreamt up, or that she's the hostess of, or involved one way or another. And the clarifying card down the bottom, which is a major arcana card, the Wheel of Fortune tells us that karma is deciding to put this in action at this point of time, and that you have no choice in the why, the how, or the when it is occurring. So when these events come, we cannot selectively say, oh no, I don't fancy that right now, or I'm not ready for that. This will happen, and it somehow has this woman involved in it. So karmic events tend to be related to past lives, so she might be someone, as I said, that you become very connected to, possibly because she is a past life person. They're usually the Wheel of Fortune. When it turns up in your reading, it says change is coming and you cannot stop it, and you have to accept it, but usually this is more positive than negative, and that's why I think it's called fortune, as in good fortune. It doesn't turn up in readings very often. In fact, I probably only see it turn up once or twice a year. And I think it's because it is such a strong card. It doesn't muck around. It's got its own energy, and you can't tamper with it, and you can't change its direction. It is what it is, and it says, right, things are changing, so don't try and stop me. I like it as a card, but as I say, it doesn't turn up a lot. We come to this last week and we see this 7 of Swords, which I talked about a little bit before. And again, this month, he's turned up in several zodiac readings already. Who is he and what is he doing? We've seen some very turbulent energies over the last few months with kind of nasty people in society. And there just seem to be maybe more and more of them around. I just say be careful of any deals you are doing, any job prospects or offers or business stuff or financial things. Think twice about any new people that you're bringing on board. Check them out, scope them out, because this guy is often deceitful and he has bad intentions on his mind, and he often gets away with it, damn it. If it's not someone new, it can be you, and it can be the way you are trying to smooge something over, like hide it or do something in the wrong manner. And it says to us, don't, because it's almost interconnected with this Wheel of Fortune. And I said this is a powerful card, so if you do the wrong things when this card is around, you could get misfortune. So that's why it just pays to keep yourself wholesome, clean, above board, and be doing the right things. And then the prosperity portion of this wheel will take you in the right direction. Now your clarifying card underneath this guy is almost the same message. He's sitting here wondering if he's made the right move because he sees those other swords, 2 of them interestingly enough, sitting in the background, and he's thinking, God, have I taken the right ones, or do I need to go back and get more of them? Could I rob them of more money or something? stealing away in the stealth of night. And this person is sitting here going, oh my God, I can't quite figure it out. I just don't know what way to go or what I should be doing. And there's an ecliptical moon in here. And you've also got the stars here. So I think September, there are 2 eclipses that will be in the month. You know, we know eclipses create lots of dynamic energy and everyone feels them in a different perspective. But I think for you guys, the ecliptical energy may be part of a whole changing of energy at quite a deep level. And possibly, as I say, you need to have your eyes open. So yeah, these 2 I just think paired up together. Be a little bit wary of strangers, or if something is presented to you and it sounds too good to be true, then it won't be true. It's that type of analogy to think of. So overall, guys, you've got some really good protection, you've got some really good light, you've got some great stuff and news around your finances, you've got some nice people surrounding you, such as this one coming in. You've got the possibility of karmic wheels turning you and propelling you into a new realm of fortune. And you've just got a few things here that you're possibly moving away from, or people to avoid. And you don't need them in your life if they're not serving a purpose or they're not bringing about positivity. So let's finish with that part and get on to the last part of the reading, the goddess cards, and see what comes up for you guys. So, shuffling for Pisces. Okay. Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors for too long. I'm just trying to focus this for you. Go outside and get some fresh air. And I think we saw that in particular with the star sign. You know, she was out there in the outdoors and you had all those cards with water surrounding you. And you're a water sign, so I think that talks a lot about, you know, from an allegorical position, it talks about you connecting with yourselves, your deep inner selves, your intuitive and your psychic abilities, because Pisces are known for their psychic connection. So you need to really connect in with that when you decide what steps you're taking, when you move forward in your life as the year progresses, and as these energetic connections to the eclipses come in. You know, they quite often disturb us, so it's all about listening to your intuitive abilities and really connecting with earth and the messages that you might pick up from being outside with nature, and, you know, the love and the peacefulness and the harmony and the connection. It's all interrelated. So quite a nice synchronistic tie-in for your last message there, Pisces. And again, there's even more water in that card, as well as those beautiful flowers. So go and enjoy the essence of Cordelia and spend some time outside. You know, both parts of the globe are coming into, or we're coming into spring down here, which is a delightful time, and coming into autumn up there. You're still not fully into the winters. So hopefully you can find some beautiful peaceful spots outdoor and re-energize batteries. Thanks for subbing and liking and watching, everyone. As I said at the beginning, it's you guys that bring the creativity to the channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So have a wonderful September ahead. Enjoy everything and enjoy these new pathways that are coming forward. Take care all. Ka kite noa. Much aroha. Namaste.